Hi everyone, my name is Natalie. Today I wanted to do a quick Friday reads slash what I'm currently reading. So I just wanted to check in with what I'm making my way through in the middle of September, or I guess 2/3 of the way into the month. So the one that I'm almost finished with is The Idiot by Elif Batuman. This has been everywhere, I feel like, since it first came out, and especially over this year I feel like I've been seeing it everywhere, Bookstagram and Booktube, and it is definitely it's definitely a book where people either love it or hate it. I have only 10 pages left of this, and I think I both like it and dislike it, and I will talk more about it in my my monthly wrap-up. But basically it is a campus novel about a girl or a woman who starts studying at Harvard, and it's about her life as a university student, but it is also about everything around her and her building relationships with other people, in particular this man called Ivan. And yeah, I will talk more about my full thoughts about this, but at the moment, and almost being finished with this, I both like and dislike it, and for different reasons, so I will go more into that later in the month. But yeah, so I'm almost finished with this, thankfully. I feel like I've been working my way through that for quite a while. The other book that I am currently reading is Nevermoor, The Trials of Morgan Crow by Jessica Townsend. This is a middle grade book that has also been very popular since it came out, I think, at the end of last year, and if I'm not mistaken, this is part of a series, but I was interested in it because I love middle grade in general, and from what I heard of this, it has sort of the Harry Potter vibes in sort of a magical school and a cursed child or a prodigy or something like that at the center of it. So I've just started this book. I haven't actually made much progress with it yet because I've only been reading it on the bus, but it's fun so far. It is a group of children are cursed to only live 11 or 12 years of their life for some reason in this town, and the girl at the center of this book is almost upon the end of her life, supposedly, but stuff happens and she might not have to die. So I don't really know much about the way that the story unfolds. I just know that it is a very that it is a middle grade or children's book that has received really good reviews, and I'm always trying to read more in this genre. A book that I'm reading as an ebook is called Beside the Sea by Veronique Olmi. This is a novella, but I've been reading it very slowly because, again, I'm only reading it when I'm in the need for an ebook on my phone. So it is the story of a mother who, together with her two young sons, go on this trip to the sea, and the sort of the way that it starts is really interesting because you can tell that she's been through something, and it feels like she's been the victim of domestic violence, but it isn't done very directly in the beginning, at least. It's more as a shadowing effect at the beginning, which I really liked, and I thought that was very effective. But the more I read it, the more I feel like I'm losing interest in it, and maybe it's just the way I'm reading it that I'm sort of drawing this out, and I should have read it more in one go. But I'm still really enjoying sort of seeing the way that the motherhood theme is explored. That is something I enjoy in general in books, how the idea of the ideal mother is explored, and sort of the failures to live up to that. A book that I just started reading yesterday, so I've barely started it, is called The Fall of Language in the Age of English by Minae Mizumura. This is a non-fiction book about Japanese, both Japanese as a language and Japanese literature, and sort of how English as a universal language is changing the way that people write and speak and express themselves in their own countries. So outside of the English-speaking world. I am a big fan of Japanese literature and Japanese culture. I love Japanese language as well, and I have been practicing Japanese language on and off for many years. And I'm interested to see her thoughts on Japanese language and the history of it and how English is changing things in Japan. But also I like writing about linguistics and on literature in general, so I think this will be really interesting. And I remember Claire did a review of this book a while back, and I've been wanting to read it for a while, especially since her review that was really good. The review itself was really good, but I also she also really liked this book. I'm currently using the Scribd app and it is available on the ebook, so I'm currently reading that, just barely started it. Also, I have two books or two things that I really want to start reading either tonight or during the weekend. First up is the Overstory by Richard Powers. Everyone probably knows what this book is about. It's been on the Man Booker long list, and I also think it made it to the short list this year. And it's a book about trees, but more specifically, it's about people that have something to do with trees, and the structure of the book sort of follows a tree's structure, which is the reason that I was really interested in this book, because I love nature writing, as you all know, and everything I've heard of this book, in particular Sophie from Portland the Page's review of this recently, has really sold me on this book. I feel like I will love it because of the interesting structure and the multiple narratives, as well as the connection to nature and sort of environmentalism as a theme running through this book. So I feel like I will probably need a chunk of time to start this book to get into the flow of it, and I haven't really had that during the week, so I'm looking forward to doing that this weekend and finally starting this book. Another thing I am planning to read this weekend, and I've been wanting to read since it came in the post, is Womankind, and it's the unicorn in Scotland theme in this particular issue. I have tried to read this magazine once before. I have the Tanzania issue, and I've read, I think, maybe a third of that magazine, and I really liked the style of it, but I'm really bad with reading magazines in general. That is something that I haven't really figured out how to sort of incorporate it into my reading, as I haven't bought any more issues since I still haven't finished the previous one that I bought, but I saw this particular issue in Mercedes from Mercedes Bookish Musings, a reading vlog recently, and I saw that Jessica Rowe's art was included in this particular issue, and I love her art. I've been following her on Instagram for a really long time, and because of that I wanted to have this immediately. So I will see if I can find you this is her art, and it is absolutely amazing. She draws a lot of like nature and foxes and things, and I am in love with her style. So I just thought that even if I don't read the entire magazine immediately or ever, I still really want to have her art in a physical format, so I thought that it was worth it just for that sake. But this particular issue also included a lot of interesting writers that I was already curious about, and I thought it would be the perfect opportunity to read something, some of their short writing, to get a taster for their work. And also I'm really interested in Scotland as a country, in particular because I really want to go there, so I thought that getting this issue would be perfect. I just feel like this is very autumnal and cozy and perfect reading for some late September evenings. So those are the books that I'm currently reading or am planning to start reading very soon. Have you read any of these books? I would love to hear your thoughts about them. What are you planning to read this weekend? I would love to hear about it in the comments. I hope you're having a really good day, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.